Welcome to B&B RV. We are located at 8101 East 40th Avenue in Denver, Colorado. Today, we'll be walking you through our 33-foot Class C with 2 slides, 2024 Gulfstream Conquest 6320. First, we'll start here on the outside, then we'll show you around on the inside. So starting here, your first compartment, that's just the housing for your house batteries. So 2 house batteries just stored in there. Shouldn't need to get into that compartment for anything. Lots of storage compartments on here, so we'll take a look at each of those. So that's the first one there. Next one here is your generator. So that's just where that's stored. The power switch for that is on the inside. We'll get a little bit more into that on the inside, but the exhaust is going to be up there at the front near your battery compartment. Propane is stored in here. So propane is going to run things like your furnace, water heater, stovetop burners, and your oven. If you need to get that refilled, you're just going to take that to a designated propane refill station. Moving down here, so 2 water hookups here. So this first one is your black tank flush. For the renters, do not hook anything into that. You can actually overflow the black tank into the RV if you do it wrong. We'll take care of that when you bring it back. So just hook it into this one. If you have a water spigot at your campsite, you're going to take the provided water hose, hook it to the spigot, pop this open, kind of hold it up close to it and screw that down. Once that's hooked in and turned on, everything water-wise works for you. There is also an onboard water tank on here. So if you don't have that city water, flip on your water pump and you can pull from that onboard tank. Down below those, you have an outdoor shower. So the shower hose and the storage bin back here just connects to the middle here, and then you have a hot and cold water, so you can just spray off a little bit. Cable hookup here, so we do provide a coax cable as well. You just hook that up and hook it up at your campsite, change your source, do this channel scan, and then you can have cable TV. Gasoline, just so refill that before you bring it back with regular unleaded gasoline. Beside that is your electrical hookup. So you'll have a power cable. One end will have a ring on it that connects here at the coach, and that ring kind of just screws in to tighten that down. The other end is going to plug into 30 amp service. So plugging in the RV, everything on the inside is going to work as far as your TV, microwave, lights, everything just works once you're plugged in and turned on. If you don't have that at your campsite, you will have to run your generator to power any of those 110 items. Air conditioner, microwave, TVs, and any of the 110 outlets. Everything else in there is ultimately running off your house battery, so those will need to be charged up from time to time simply by driving, turning your generator on, plugging into shore power, and there is a solar controller or a solar panel on top here. Kind of helps with the trickle charge with those house batteries. Down below here is where you empty out your waste holding tanks. So this compartment is a little bit offset. So you're actually going to kind of dunk down underneath here. Your dump hose is stored in your bumper. So you're just going to take that little rubber square off there, pull that hose out, and that's going to attach just like the cap does. So a little twist to the left pulls the cap off, and a little twist to the right, your hose will be connected there. And then the other end is going to go into your dump station. You will find some dump hose attachments in there, one with an elbow that goes on the end of the hose, and then the other one that will go into the dump hole itself, and those just lock into place. So if they require those, you do have those with you as well. So once you're hooked in, you do have 2 holding tanks. So the black tank is for your toilet wastewater, and the gray tank is for your sink and your shower wastewater. So what you want to do is pull the black handle first. So kind of just reach up under here, and it is a black handle. So you just pull that towards you, let that all drain out, close it, and then you're going to pull the gray handle that's on this side second. That soapy sink and shower water is going to kind of rinse that hose out for you. Once you're done, you'll find some chemical packs under your bathroom sink. Flush one of those down with some water, and that helps everything break down, keeps everything smelling nice on the inside there. Moving down is probably the biggest storage compartment you have. This is a full pass-through compartment. We do provide some camp chairs, water hose, coax cable, all the things that you'll need to run the RV itself. And then again, your dump hose is going to be stored in the bumper on the end here. Around back, we do have a ladder really just for maintenance, so no patio or anything up there. Advise our renters to stay away from that. spare tire, and then we mentioned the onboard water tank earlier. So if you use all that water and need to refill it, this one's gravity fill. So you just kind of open that cap, put that water hose in there, and then once that's full, that'll just start running out of there. You also have a fresh tank water gauge on your control panel on the inside that we'll go over. Moving around to the passenger side here, basically all of the compartments on this side are going to be storage compartments. This first one is kind of a pass-through, so it's pretty shallow pass-through, but it does pass through to all the way to the other side where we saw the power cable and the water hose and that stuff. On this side, we got a couple of leveling blocks in there. Another storage compartment there. A couple of 110s on the outside. So again, with the generator on or plugged into shore power, you can plug something in on the outside here. Below that is another storage compartment. These are just a couple of vents, so for your furnace and your water heater here. Another storage compartment. Another storage compartment. That's it for the outside. Let's go take a look inside. Just inside the entry door in the step well, you will see this big red switch. That is your main battery disconnect. So what that means is if that's turned off, then you lose power to everything in the house here. So you'll just want to leave that on for your whole trip. This is a step light. You'll see the switch on the control panel above the door here. And then this little switch is, there's a light right above us that you can turn on from there. Here in the cab, it's going to look pretty similar to what you've seen in your personal vehicle. You do have a backup camera, stereo, AC, furnace, all that kind of stuff, or heater rather, up front here. A couple of things that are a little bit unique about this, there is what they call a tow haul button. So this can help you if you're going up through the mountain passes to get a little bit more power from the engine. So turning that on, that'll drop you down a gear, giving you that additional power that you need. It also helps with braking if you're coming down the mountain. The other option here is just to drop it from drive down into manual mode, and then you have a plus and a minus button on the gear shift itself there. The only other thing is what they call an emergency start. So let's say you happen to leave your headlights on all night, run down your engine battery, you get in and it won't start. There is a button above my head right here. It says emergency start. You'll just push and hold that button and then turn your key. What that does is it jumps your engine battery from your house batteries. All right, so here right inside the main entry door, above that is your main control panel. The first thing here is your generator display. So that just shows the current hours on there. That works like an odometer. So we'll write down your hours when you pick up your RV, and then we record that when you return and kind of calculate them that way. You can also keep track of your own hours that way. To start that generator, you're going to push and hold the start button. You'll see that orange light start to flash and the engine start turning over. Once you hear it fire on and that light turns solid orange, then you can let go of that switch. Again, the generator is going to be for anything 110 back here if you're not plugging into shore power. Air conditioner, microwave, TV, any of the 110 outlets, you'll need that generator on or the shore power. Everything else in there is running off your house batteries. So if you guys aren't plugging in anywhere, then you'll want to monitor your battery voltage. The easiest way to do that is just inside this cabinet, there's a solar controller. Just want to make sure that that stays above 12 volts. So if you start to see that get down into the low 12s, you can drive, turn on your engine, turn on your generator, or plug into shore power somewhere. Beside your generator, you have some tank levels. So what you're going to do is just push the button, and then it'll light up this gauge right here. So your gray tank is your sink and your shower wastewater. Black is your toilet wastewater, your freshwater tank there. And then there is a battery monitor on here, but I do suggest just using that solar controller. It's a little bit more accurate for you there. Below that is several lights. So you have a rope light under your awning outside. There is a step light down below here in the stairwell, a little porch light above the entry door, and then the ceiling light is for your main entry light here. There are other types of lights in here. So any of the lights that you see with the little metal ring around them is a touch light. So you just touch that metal to turn it on and then touch it to turn it back off. The water heater in this one runs off of propane. So 6-gallon water heater, flip that on, wait 25 minutes or so, and then you have hot water. If you are not connected to shore, or if you're not connected to city water hookup, you will need to turn on your water pump as well in order to feed the sink, shower, and the toilet. Next down here is your awning. So you do have a patio awning on the outside here. Just make sure that the door is out of the way. The awning arms can get caught in that door if the door is open, whether you're extending that or retracting it. So just make sure that that door is closed, or at least not swung all the way open when you're extending that. It's as easy as pressing the out button to extend it, and then the in button brings that back in. Any kind of inclement weather, rain, snow, windy conditions, I would bring that in. And then this unit does have two slide walls. So slide out 1 is for your living room area, and then slide out 2 is for your bedroom area. Parking brake needs to be engaged for those two to work. So the third pedal, you have your gas, your brake, and then your parking brake pedal. So push that down, and then you'll just push and hold the out buttons. Those will start to extend, so you'll hear the motors engage on that. So let that extend out all the way. You'll hear the motor stop. You'll want to hold those buttons for 4 or 5 extra seconds after the motor stop running. That helps keep those two separate motors in sync. Same when you're retracting. Just hold on to those buttons until you hear the motor stop running, count to 4 or 5, and then you can release those. Above your cab, you do have a good sized bed here, a little bit narrower than your queen bed, but it is as wide as the coach here. If you see the pad up on top, all you have to do is pull that and fill in this space. Just grab that, slide that in, and then there are some safety net on here, some hooks for your safety net that you'll see on either side there. You just hook that in, and that just prevents any small children or anything like that from rolling out of there. Here in the living room kitchen area, we have a couple of reclining theater seats. These are removable tables, so you just lift those up and out of there. A little black handle on the side there. You lift that up and you can recline those down. Moving down is your 4-person dinette. So you do have 4 seat belts in this one, and this also converts into a bed. So the easiest way to do that is to kind of pull these cushions up and out of the way. There is a little lever release under the front of the table here, so you'll release that, and then you'll want to push down from kind of the back of the table until that sets on the ledge there, and then you will piece together these cushions to finish out that bed. In the kitchen, we do have a nice big TV above the counter here, lots of counter space, lots of storage. So you have several drawers here, a couple of cabinets above and below your sink, nice little round sink there, microwave oven, and then you have a 3-burner stovetop and an oven. So the stovetop lights similar to a gas grill. So you simply turn that knob, hit the spark button, and then that will ignite. And then with the oven, you do have to turn it to the little flame icon, push in on that, and then turn your spark button. Typically with the oven, it can take several attempts at that. The propane comes out pretty slow, so just keep turning that spark knob until you see the pilot light ignite. Once you see that ignite, you can turn your temperature knob, and then you'll see the burner engage that way. Next, we have your 12-volt refrigerator freezer. This runs full-time on the house batteries. So if your house batteries get a little bit too low, that can shut down. So really important to keep those batteries charged up. Below that is your breaker panel, fuse panel. That's just in case, just like it is at your house. Any of the 110 items are on the breakers, and any of the 12-volt items are on the fuses there. We do provide some extra fuses just in case any of those blow. You can just pull one out and replace it. And then a little pantry, nice size pantry beside your refrigerator there. In the bathroom area, we have a separate room for your toilet and your sink. Have a vanity up top there as well. Directly across from there, we have a full-size shower. In the bedroom, you have a nice, comfortable queen-size bed with some storage above that. Then on this side, you have a huge wardrobe. So a couple closets on either side, several drawers, and then a couple more cabinets in there. Just inside the entry door to your bedroom is your thermostat. This is where you turn on your furnace and your AC. So you see the power/mode button on the left-hand side. As you press that, that'll cycle through the options. So the first one there you'll see is your fan. Press it again is your air conditioner. Press it again, it's your furnace. Press it again, it's off. Once you get to where you want, if you want to turn your AC on, just stop on the AC part. Use the arrows on the right-hand side to adjust the temperature there. The AC does require 110 power, so again, shore power or generator for that. The furnace runs off the batteries and the propane. Fan, I recommend just keeping that in auto the whole time you're using the RV. Thank you for watching our walkthrough video on our 33-foot Class C with 2 slides, the 2024 Gulfstream Conquest 6320. Look forward to seeing you.